I punted so hard this entire game. Okay, it didn't matter. I won. That's all that matters. This game took 20 minutes long on a shootout. I made it! I did it! I did it!
Ah, shit, fuck! Oh, God.
Actually, it's me, and you both voted for each other.
Yeah.
To the Games Laboratory stream of role-playing goodness. We are back after our first session 2 weeks ago, and we have our same delightful cast of terrified souls that I'm about to almost kill several times. Fingers crossed. We have of course present above me. We have Kim. Over off to my northeast, we have Bo.
Hello!
Nick to my left, right, left.
Ahoy, hoy. I don't know where I am in relation to anyone, to be honest.
It doesn't matter. It's just go by the Discord. That's all cool. And beneath me, or somewhere else, we have Nick. No, Nick. Sorry.
Two of me.
Hey guys. I shall also be called Nick.
We have Sully.
Some sort of differentiating thing. So you can be Blue Nick, and I will be Gingy Nick, or something.
Yes. And
You missed out on the opportunity for a Nicopolis meme. Come on, guys.
Oh. How do we miss that?
Easily and repeatedly. I don't know what's going on.
So,
Easily repeating it. Don't play magic.
speaking of Nicopolis, I'm going to play a small game of catch-up for those around the table and those people watching at home. So, as was said previously, the four players, these individuals from locations spread across the multiverse, all were a bit lost and out of sorts, having somewhat recently left their homes behind and found themselves having to survive in unknown surroundings. They were doing their best to go about their day, and they all felt the call of something in the backs of their heads that made them think they could leave their unusual predicaments. And so they concentrated on this rhythm permeating the multiverse, and they all disappeared from where they were and found themselves standing in a busy market square on the plain of Ravnica, a plain dedicated to its massive city and the society that exists therein. Not long after arriving, and in the case for Contenari, arriving home, they realized that something was definitely not okay. The Elder Dragon Paran of the Izzet League, Niv Mizzet, fell from the sky dead and was swiftly followed out of the clouds by a large green gold dragon who swiftly conjured a giant citadel on which to sit and called forth an army of blue skeletal creatures of many different shapes and sizes. The party, understandably very concerned and terrified for their lives, fled, and by a happy circumstance found themselves all cowering in fear in the same warehouse. After some detect magic-based sleuthy work from Contenari, he was able to suss out that these three other individuals around him were also pulled here somewhat recently by an unusual contraption built by the Izzet League. However, there wasn't much time to ponder on that, as a large creature, a Lazotep Reaver, burst through the glass of the warehouse and began to attack. Dear Ravane, the Avon from Dominaria, got somewhat impaled on its horns, but aside from that, they were able to subdue the creature, get Ravane back on his feet, and then run for dear life as more of these blue skeletons came running. So, you are currently making your way through the streets of Ravnica. The initial panic of, oh my god, they're right behind us, we're all going to die, has somewhat subdued, and you are now in a state of careful and cautious choosing of streets and finding a path to choose. The guard who is escorting you, a soldier from the Boris Legion, says he has a location in mind and is doing his best to lead you and about half a dozen other civilians there safely. Now, I'm going to begin with a thing that I kind of strategically overlooked as a DM last week just because I was trying to get everybody together. Considering you have a certain special ability as a member of the Golgari Swarm. You are able to, like, when you aren't in immediate danger, you are able to chart courses through the Undercity of Ravnica and get between locations somewhat more swiftly. So, I have a question for you. Where would you like to go?
Mostly, I would like to get back home, please. I believe that. Now, I need to double check this with you. When we were saying that I was a teenage elf, am I teenage for human years, or am I like 40 years old?
You are teenage in terms of how close you are to reaching maturity, not in terms of age by years. So
I'm a very young elf in like their 30s or something.
Basically, like you are maturing, but you haven't matured.
I was like, if I was actually a 16-year-old elf, I would be incredibly terrified.
Yeah.
I'm too.
Basically.
So I've lost it myself now. It's in description, isn't it? It's background.
So you are sneaking alongside your fellow planeswalkers. I shall stop beating around the bush and just call you what you are.
Hey, Mom, I'm a planeswalker.
And as you're,
Don't you say
I
something like
don't
that.
really know what that is.
that's okay. And as you're proceeding down the road, making your way further and further into the smelting quarter, you can smell the dead bridge chasm on the wind. It smells of rot and decay and plant. It smells like home to you, and you've kind of gained your bearings a bit more in this scurry. So you think you can find your way to a passage underground.
I think I would first like to gesture to the goose and maybe try and get it.
Hey, buddy. You're you're an elfie chap, aren't you?
Yes, I can get someone.
What'd you say your name was?
Corty is good.
Okay, Cordy. You got any more of those berries? I put the first one in this hole I've got in my chest, and it fixed it up real good. But I've still got a lot of hole.
You can try. I'll try another one. I want to see if this goose explodes from overeating.
Okay.
Do you have any bread?
Such as confit.
So, unfortunately, your recent planes walk to Ravnica left behind all of your food. So currently, these 9 good berries are all you have.
I casted good berry last.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's all I have. So I just want to see, because it's 1 day's worth of sustenance, and you ate one. So.
Yeah. So, Rain, if you want, you can eat the second good berry, but after that, you feel very full.
I'm not going to let that stop me. Also, you've got it in your hand, and it's just this. It's horrifying. Yeah.
I don't want you to eat all of them. Gods.
No, that was just one. I just made a big mess.
Okay, I'll pick them up.
Unless I can have more than one. Do I get more than one?
You've had 2 already, so yes, you eat one and you regain 1 pocket point.
Oh, yeah, no. That was good. I should do something about this, though.
I will get us somewhere much safer than the Boros. And again, I wish I could make the sound of a cicada, because he's got these weird, like, crickety squeaks with his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Quick,
Yes.
the human. That horned elf. This way. I know a much safer spot.
Oh. Okay.
I
Let's go.
oblige and go, thank you, I want to get away from here.
So, are you planning to peel away sneakily without attracting the notice of this Boris escort, or just be all like, "Hey, we're leaving now, goodbye"?
That's my intention, is to be a bit sneaky about it.
Okay. Well,
Hey, buddy, you coming with us?
Down the
I quickly
alleyway.
grab my hand and put it on the goose's face. Like, shh.
okay. So
Do we trust these people that we're with?
Oh, yeah, they seem nice, but okay.
Scurrying away with civilians. If that's the case, can I please ask the four of you to make stealth checks?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, wait.
Show me what you
Did
got.
mine work?
Yes, it did.
Evelyn, Theon, Katarian, me.
Not
Everyone
bad.
is the most stealthiest out of all of us.
And since the guard who is escorting you is currently on the lookout for dangers and not for you, I'm going to use his passive perception, which you all eat easily.
Eat Beasley.
Eat Beasley, yes.
I eat his perception.
Does Beasley have any bread?
So
No,
Can I have
we eat
some?
Beasley.
you make your way down another side street and begin to weave your way towards one of these entrances. And as you get closer and are standing around it, Conchonari, it looks a little bit different. And as you go to inspect it and investigate it, it looks like it's been sealed.
Damn.
You heard like rumor of this happening before you left. That apparently the Golgari were getting a bit paranoid about people gaining access to the Undercity. So they've been strategically sealing some of these smaller and less commonly used tunnels to and from the Undercity. There are like larger, more commonly and more easily defendable points of access that you think you can recall nearby. Just it's not this one.
Not a problem. I'm gonna use mold earth and start to shape around, and others, quick, keep a lookout, keep your eyes peeled. This will take me a minute, and it's only a cantrip, so if I can spend maybe 10 minutes working loose earth around and getting something wide enough for us to squeeze through.
That's a very good point. In the meantime,
So-
yes.
Can I move to the entrance to where we've gone so that my back's to everyone else, but I'm keeping an eye out
Yep.
for any movement on
Being
the...
careful, looking around. Okay. Well then Theon and anybody else who cares to, please make perception checks to watch out for your surroundings as you are waiting.
Oh, so hey, human person. Hi, Evelyn. Hi.
She's kind of like
heard of Sarah?
shifty and
Would you
like
a
against the
pamphlet?
walls and stuff. What?
Would you like a pamphlet?
A what?
Pamphlet?
Why?
A pamphlet?
Well, I just,
She's kind of like,
I'm gonna get killed by blue skeletons. It's nice to have some big angel buddies around.
Well,
like what? Like a church or a faith?
that would be somewhat recognizable to you, even if you recall, like the Church of Avicen, which is the church that worships an archangel, is the predominant faith on Innistrad.
What pamphlet did you hand me? A pamphlet?
Yeah, it's about Sarah. She's pretty cool. She's like,
Very angel.
yeah,
Yes.
big shiny wings and stuff.
Really need it, but thanks, I guess. And she kind of snatches it from you. She's like, oh god, just kind of trying to get you to like leave her alone.
You're so
I'm
good.
real good at this.
Okay.
And she takes it and kind of like crumbles it in her hands, and then keeps looking out like.
Yeah, I don't notice the crumpling in the slightest. I'm very pleased. And I don't roll perception. I do not notice anything around.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna I'm going to say, as you are, Constantine, as you are doing this like sculpting and molding, both Theon and Evelyn, you do notice something that is working its way through the air in your vague direction. It looks like some kind of weird flying contraption. It's about this big, has a propeller on the front and a set of wings flapping on either side, and it is like it's beaming a spotlight from the front of it, and it's just sweeping across the streets and nearby buildings. And as it gets a bit closer,
evil.
It looks polished and metallic. It has the symbol of a triangle on the side, which has a circle in the center, kind of finely ingrained into the metalwork. The symbol looks a little something like this.
Sus. Sus.
Outside a game, Azorius.
Yeah. So there is essentially.
Tiny, that seems like a friend.
Yeah. So
I say to
the
everyone,
goose, and I'm just like shoving him. I'm like, you have to hide. If it sees us, we're in trouble. And I'm kind of like shoving him like towards the walls or like under like any sort of like shade.
I ready my bow.
Okay.
Ready to shoot it.
Okay. What are you waiting for?
I think I'm waiting for some sudden motion, just in case it looks like it's going to report us to anything, if I guess.
Well, if you're just sitting there being sneaky, bow.
Or just no, actually, no. I'm waiting for it to spot us.
Okay. So, are you trying to? Are people trying to hide from it? Are you going to alert Continari of its presence?
Actually, yeah.
Trying to hide me and Ravain. I'm like.
So I whisper, Continari. There is a metal flying object. Looks like it's heading our way. Should we trust it, or should I get rid of it? It's small. It's very small.
Flying shiny things are good.
So,
Do I?
Next to the thing of the
Have angel wings.
Does Cortinari actually know what it is?
unfortunately, the progenitor of this technology arrived on Ravnica after you left. So, this is a more recent development that you haven't seen. You would recognize the symbology very quickly, and I'm sure the Golgari have feelings of their own about the Azorius Senate.
I distrust the Azorius. If they say it's got that symbol on there, I'm like, down. They can't know of this entrance if it's sealed.
Okay, so then on response I go, all right, I'll make it disappear, and I fire my bow.
Like, Duh!
Okay. It is easily close enough to you. Please go ahead and make an attack roll.
Well, I'm sure this will go well.
It's not rolling.
19.
Okay. You draw back your bow, and 19 easily hits. And while this Thopter does look very smart, it's not especially durable, and your shot is sufficient to easily knock it out of the sky and just have it crash and clatter into the ground into a nearby alley.
How far away from us is this?
I'd say about 60 feet. So, like, you're kind of, just to kind of set the scene, you're kind of standing next to a row of houses with one particularly overgrown-looking front garden, and Kajnar is currently working a seemingly nondescript patch of earth in the ground, trying to make it become more loose. So it's been shot down, about 60 feet away in a side alley as it was coming towards you.
I'm tempted to go check on it.
Okay.
So I do it cautiously.
Okay.
And
So I cautiously sneak around to get a closer look at it to make sure that I finished the job and that no one else saw essentially what I had done.
can I redouble my efforts and just start Mold Earth 1 action, Primal Savage, ready to claw into the ground?
Yeah.
Each action, I'm just trying to get this doorway loose now.
Come on. You are making progress, but this was sealed very thoroughly from the inside, so you are having to extract quite a bit to clear the way.
Come on, it's a 5-foot cube.
Yes, it's a 5-foot cube of soil. This stopped being soil relatively early on, so you're basically like molding earth to change the shape of the stone and then changing it again and gradually wearing through the stone and forcing it to become more brittle and fractured.
Yeah. Damn high level clerics.
Yes. Someone just came along and cast shaped stone and sealed this thing right up. So Theon, you poke your head around a corner. You can see a small market square that you must have missed in your initial approach. As you kind of poke your head around, you can't see anything really of note in that direction, and you just dart across the way and have a look at this thopter. Which is what I'm going to call it, because that's what it is. It's a thopter. Oh, what just happened?
Someone just joined.
We lost and then regained a Kim, who is currently muted and doesn't have a camera. Yeah. That's okay. So you scurry over. It looks... I'm just going to, myself examine the token I made. Just have a look. It looks thoroughly ruined, but as you kind of give it a once over, it has a peculiar kind of contraption built into the front of it. There is a glass cover on the front that seems to be some kind of reservoir, and it's holding an amount of this blue liquid. And protruding from the front of that reservoir is a small metal spike.
How big is it?
It's about this large. So about as big as a loaf of bread.
I think I'll just pick up the whole thing and bring it back to us.
Okay.
Just pick it up as it is and sneak back to us and go, could we use this in any way?
Oh, that's not made of bread at all.
Is this edible? This is a weird object. I've never seen birds like this.
Is that right?
Kim, you're muted.
Evelyn kind of pipes up and goes, "Why are you bringing it to us? Get rid of it. You can't
sorry.
hold it with us." What? She kind of starts panicking. She's like, "If it's broken and it's here, they'll find us." I was like, "Whoever owns that, you need to get rid of it." And she kind of pushes you away from pushing the goose to pushing you. She's like, no.
Okay, so then I look over the object again and I guess throw it around the corner, but first making sure that there's nothing that I can I guess take it off it just in case.
If that's the case, please make me an investigation roll. Also, I have adjusted us accordingly to a map. You are currently located towards the bottom right of said map.
Oh, there I am.
Yep. With an 11, I think you would be savvy enough to notice after examining it and playing with it a bit, that weird spike on the front of it actually appears to be something that can and is meant to go flying out at speed. It looks like some kind of dart launcher.
Oh. I wonder if I could use that as a weapon later.
Potentially, yes.
Interesting.
I mean, you can
I try and
really work with it.
I try and pop the head off because I guess it's on the head, right?
Yeah.
I try and dismantle the head, and then I will
have you any tools.
Thieves' tools, but I don't think that's going to actually do anything, right?
Allow you to attempt a dex check with your thieves' tools to try and use them as like makeshift tinkerer's tools to maybe try and persuade this front section off.
Okay.
Not bad.
Interesting.
It's not pretty, and you kind of leave a few loose cogs and other bits and pieces kind of dangling off the back, but now you have a reservoir of weird blue liquid attached to some kind of dart launcher.
Okay. And then I hide it in this bush over here.
Okay, you take it and drop it in the bush.
The rest of it.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. And then I come back to us.
Okay.
And go, I got rid of it.
So once you're done with that, Continari will have successfully cleared a path forwards. Is there anything that Evelyn or Ravane were hoping to achieve during this period of work?
That's some good digging there, buddy.
They hid
Bloody work.
the goose.
Okay. I'm assuming that you as a group have been being pretty quiet and cautious about all this. Can you all please each make me one more stealth check to see how well you've done avoiding the notice of people? Oh no.
Oh my god.
That's
not fair at all.
That's good. Oh no. The wheels! The wheels!
Hey, where are you putting that thing?
Sorry, my first thought was.
Okay, so even we can't see her.
Yeah. So
Sorry, I only meant to roll once.
there is only so much.
I'm invisible again.
So there is only so much panicked shushing and hand waving that can be achieved by Evelyn when Continari's frustrations kind of become apparent, and the sound of the soil kind of becomes to clatter against nearby windows and make it a sound. Theon kind of starts cursing a bit more loudly than he should while he's trying to get this thing free, and Ravane.
Theon, while you're over there, can you check if there's any bread in that bush?
And Ravane is exactly as you would expect him to be. So, just as
So I
you...
loudly whisper back, "No, I can't see any."
So Continari, just as you clear the last push through this earth and hear the satisfying clatter of stones give way to an inside channel, you all see something. Or rather, you see a few things.
Are they bread?
It appears that three of those blue skeletal figures are rounding a corner.
Uh-oh.
And they see you.
But not me.
Not Evelyn, but everybody else. So
Everyone get out here! They already got Evelyn!
I would like to ask all of you to please roll initiative.
Wait.
What you got?
3d2.
Initiative trackers. Ooh.
Okay.
Whoops. I
Sorry.
have forgotten to do the thing. I didn't clear.
So no encounter?
Hang on.
It's blank for us.
Okay, good.
It's like, go again?
I've cleared everything. My bad.
Oh, good.
It's okay. I can add you all because I
Oh,
have
That's
skills.
Why'd you roll twice?
well, I wasn't sure if we could be added just from the old roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, I'm doing some tinkering. Ravane, 22. Theon also got a 9. Evelyn with a 7. And these soldiers have a +1 to their dexterity. So they rolled an 18.
Lucky.
Indeed. Set you descending. Ravain, you, in fact, get to act first.
Oh, no, they're more blue fellows. But wait a minute. You don't have any skin. They don't have any skin, do they?
Not that you can see. They kind of have a blue metallic sheen.
I'm going to try using my channel divinity to turn undead.
Oh. What is the range on that?
30 feet. Am I
30
within
feet.
range? Are these 5 foot squares, or what are we talking?
These are 5 feet square, so you need to get closer.
I will get... Well, so I saw them around the corner.
Yes, you've seen them.
Cool.
Mhm.
So can I get to there, roughly?
You were there. Go back about 10 feet.
Well, I've got a 40-foot speed because of fly.
Really?
Or is it... Or am I thinking of it?
Fly?
differently?
I thought you're
Ignore what I just
had
said.
a 30-foot fly speed and a 25-foot walking speed.
That's what it is. My fault.
25? Oh, yeah, mate.
Bonk.
So,
He waddles.
what's up?
All right, so now, how do you do the range
The
check?
waddling knight.
The fifth icon down on the top left. Click on that. Hold at your start, and then drag it towards your destination.
And it says, like, when you hover over, it says, like, snap to center, snap to
Well,
corner.
yeah. So can I be range for turn undead? Like, oh, nasty, icky things. Oh no. They
You can
don't
move one more square, right?
a approaching menacingly sort of thing.
They rounded the corner, and then all of their glowing purple eyes just snap towards you, and definitely look not okay.
Right. I would like to, oh, guys, there's more blue skelly boys. I'm just gonna light them up, and I'm gonna grab my little symbol of Sarah, and I'm gonna summon some big angel energy, and zap the closest one with the sacred flame.
Okay. That means that I have to make a saving throw, correct?
Dex 14.
Sorry?
Dex 14.
Dex 14 saving throw. This guy's +1. That is a fail.
You take 1 damage.
1 point of damage. I assume you're targeting like this one?
Yeah, closest one.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I would like to go, I've still got this hole in me, and I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Good call.
Fair.
That's not bad.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Oh no.
Where did my initiative go? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
We can see the initiative now. We can see the turn on.
I must have closed by mistake. Okay, so Ravain, that is your turn.
That's me, done.
Okay, now it is the turn of the blue-covered individuals. They have a speed. Where is their speed? I should have been doing this. Of 30 feet. Yes, they are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get right up in your business. 1, 2.
Wait, how did we get there? If I wasn't in range of turn undead, which is 30 feet.
This is 30 feet.
Yeah. It was
God
about
damn it.
60 feet.
Oh well. Sorry.
You were just out. 1,
No
2,
bounties.
6. They are advancing on you. The one in front of you, Ravain, is going to make an attack roll.
Ah!
1d20 plus 4. That is only a 6. So as it pulls out this weird curved blade, basically the blade goes up and then curves out in a weird shape, and then comes back down at a point, and the outside edge is sharpened. Basically, it is a...
That's a horribly inefficient weapon for melee combat on the ground.
It is
You really don't have a brain in that itself.
It is a kofesh, so it runs up and slashes at you, and Now that it's closer, you can see that all three of these do seem to have already been in some fights and aren't looking as fit as they would normally be if they were
Guys, we've
fresh.
fresh.
The two in the rear, they are going to draw forth spears and take some throws with them. Well, Evelyn, you are very stealthy, so not at you.
Yeah, at me, not you. I'm very loud behind you.
These spears are attacking at long range, so they have disadvantage on their attack rolls, but they are being very, very aggressive. So that is a 15. Does a 14 hit your armor class Continental?
No, it does not if I'm able to have my shield out.
You would probably have, like, I anticipate you would have your shield, like, nearby, and you're like, oh no, bad guys, grab it, shove it on your arm.
Cool. Then my AC 16, it's totally fine.
So you see it, you hear this spear coming, you grab your shield just at the right second, bring it up, and the point just sticks through by about, like, 3 inches. You're like, oh god.
Doing your job.
Look out! They've got spears.
And then
Theon? Now.
Theon, does a 12 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 12.
Really?
Yes.
Now I have a question for you. Did you remember to equip your armor on D&D Beyond?
I don't know.
Go to your equipment, and there should be a boxes next to some of your stuff. If they're not red, click on them and make them be red.
I've got 13. 13.
So
it helps when you remember that stuff.
Exactly.
They're
That's
referred
why I'm
to
here.
as godlike because they're always naked.
Exactly.
So as Theon kind of panics, looks down, is naked, checks again. Oh look, I'm wearing leather armor. You were able to dodge out of the way of the spear as it flies past you. And now, Theon, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
All right. Is my bow still ready from before? I guess it's probably not. Because I was moving.
You would probably have it slung over your shoulder, like so. The bowstring is across your chest, and the back of the bow is across your back. So as part of your action, you can like pull the bow off, draw an arrow, and take a shot.
Yeah, let's do that. So I'll ready my bow and take a shot off. We will go the one that is closest to us. That has not that one. This one.
Okay.
Right.
By all means, please make an attack roll.
Did that go off? There we go.
Unfortunately, an 8 is not going to hit, and as this thing kind of glares menacingly, it swats your arrow out of the air and continues to stare.
Yep. And nothing else.
Okay. Next up, it is Continari. You have a path out at the moment. This spot right here is the exit point. If you wish to alert your fellow party members of that fact.
Okay. I don't know anything apart from that. I've got basically a 5-foot hole that we can duck through.
Yes.
Yeah.
You haven't had the chance to properly examine the interior.
Cool. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was an option to just run off. I was tempted to try and help the goose retreat.
Okay.
So I'm going to, first of all, run forward up to... Ooh, I can't select myself at the
No? Controlled by... You should be... You should be able to control yourself.
Oh, sorry.
If you-
wrong button.
yeah.
Sorry. I was doing the ruler.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not use Roll20 enough.
It's okay.
How tall are those fences?
Like 2 feet. Like 2-3 feet, like standard front garden height.
4, 5. Can get up to here, and I'll yell at the others to get towards the exit. And I am going to action use my spores.
Ooh, calling forth the spores. So you create a 10-foot radius area around you, yes?
Yes, 10-foot area radius. Anyone in that radius, just use that.
There we go.
So as a reaction, I can attempt to do damage, and when I do an attack, I get some bonus damage and stuff. And I also get, we're level 1, yes, that's 4 temporary hit points. Yay.
You're level 2.
We're level 2? That's right.
Level 2.
Level 2.
Yes.
Why does everything smell like umami?
So as Kanjanari runs forward from the hole, kind of shaking mud and dirt off his hands, he just unleashes this wave of fungal energy from his body, and it forms this weird, like, oddly beautiful sphere of like floating fungal beings just suspended in midair.
Miasma.
Yeah, miasma. That's an excellent word to describe that.
I have
No, I'm in a risotto.
For miasma. And I don't have a bonus action, so yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, that's your turn. Next up, we have Evelyn. You've just been told to jump down a dirty hole.
Do I know that the exit that he's talking about is the hole?
I figure that Kanjanari would probably have said to you guys, we're going to find an exit, and then started digging.
Yeah. And
I'm going to go... Sorry, you go.
Sorry, so that was my intent as I was jumping over the fence to be like, down, get down the...
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm going to quickly run to here. And then I'm going to shoot at that boy.
Okay.
With a sneak attack.
Yes, because...
With my shotgun.
Because he is currently engaged with Ravane. So, so please go make an attack roll.
To hit is a 16.
That is going to hit. Please roll me some damage.
Yeah. 1d6 plus 3. Max damage. Did that work? No, it didn't work. Let me see if I can re-roll it.
You must have rolled in D&D Beyond, not roll 20.
That's good enough. And then sneak attack is 1, so 6 points total.
This says you...
Not nearly as good as it was.
You used a dagger and not a short bow, so you can roll that if you want. Because a short bow is a D6.
Oh, is that a 1d piercing? 5.
Yeah.
How does it do 5 points? Oh no, it's because it's got plus 3.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. You deal 11 points of damage. Unfortunately, like
Yay!
the Reaver that jumped through the window, this creature does seem to be somewhat resistant to non-magical attacks and doesn't take all of it. But does take 10, and that's not bad at all. It's not looking healthy at all.
Sweet.
But
That was really good. I like the bit where you shot a dagger out of a bow.
I'm going to bonus action dash to get the absolute F out of there.
Okay. You can't make it quite there, but you are here.
There.
Yes. Okay. Ravane, we are back at the top of the round.
All right, how rough is Blue Skelly Boy looking?
He is skin and bones at the moment. Yuck. It's difficult to tell what will make these things stop because you already have trouble believing that they should be able to move in the first place. But a lot of the like blue plating that covers the body is kind of like chipped and falling away. So at this range, you can also smell the decaying flesh underneath.
Ew.
Oh, you smell terrible. Here, there's a really nice blessing in this pamphlet. And I'm going to do Sacred Flame at him.
And he doesn't
Okay.
even realize that he's doing damage. She's just like, blessings upon you. And kills them.
Why don't you get out of here? That is another failure. Please roll me some damage. Oh, no.
Roll the minimum every time.
It's an option, but it's not what you want. So seared across the shoulders, ever so slightly.
That was a blessing. Sorry, you're a little bit on fire, but look, I'm sure it'll get better. I'll just bless you again. Give me a moment. I've lost my page in the pamphlet.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Hey, Cornari, we got this. We got this. You here?
Cicadas.
Like mushrooms. I'm just gonna stay here. That's my job.
Okay, you stay put, and now it is the turn of the other dudes. This one in front of you, Yvain, is going to take another swing with his Krufesh at you. Swing, that is a 19 to hit you.
Oh, you're doing really well considering your weapon's real dumb.
Yeah.
So, his turn, I would like to take my reaction. Can he make me a DC 13 con save?
Okay, I'm gonna familiarize myself with your spore ability just because it's good to know what's up. So you can use your action to deal. You can see when moves into a space within. Yeah,
It started its turn there.
Yes, it did begin its turn inside your halo of spores. So it's making a con save. Yes.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to roll that yet.
That's all good. If it fails, it'll take that much damage. It rolled a total of 7. So yes, it takes 4 points of necrotic damage.
So that's the standard. Because I have the thing activated, I get to roll 1 more d4. This is the symbiotic entity thing just beneath.
Oh.
Yes, more druids are complex.
The what, sorry?
So I always have a vague cloud, but I can use my wild shapes to intensify that and actually, yeah. It's pretty cool, and it gives me a reaction.
That's cool.
So it takes 7 damage. It's necrotic damage. I hope that counts for something.
Are you
Heals.
It's resistant to necrotic damage.
Panic.
It has the opposite effect.
Yeah, it heals from necrotic damage, like the second edition.
Your risotto's not effective. Try panic.
It's like your risotto.
It takes half damage from your attack because it is resistant to necrotic damage, but it's still looking less good
Yay!
consistently. And yes,
And
and
it stabs me.
yep, and then it slashes across your armor with a Krufesh. It is doing so one-handed, so it's going to be a 1d8 plus 2. You take 5 points of slashing damage as this thing besets you with its blade.
Ow!
Next up, this one it is going to. They're feeling a bit strategic, so this one is going to go here. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's going to flank around, draw forth another spear, and lob it at the now visible Evelyn.
Thank you.
So
Damn it, I don't have any special.
that is a nat 20.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, shit.
I hope
I
you
also
like
don't have
to
any
kill your
spell slots.
players.
Draws forth spear. And now, Evelyn, you shall be taking 11 points of piercing damage as this thing goes clean through your side.
Still up, boys. That was like.
Maybe it was a mistake.
I recognize the sounds of someone getting impaled.
Yeah. Then the third one is going to advance and make a swing at Contenari. That is a dirty 20.
Cool. That hits.
Ooh.
And so you take 3 points of slashing damage as it cuts across you as well with cold determination.
Bah. Is but a temporary hit point wound.
Indeed, very good point. Now we are back to Theon. What would you like to do? It seems your friends are in a spot of bother.
They are. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. No, we might just go 2 there. Just to be in between Evelyn and this undead. And fire. Yeah, we're going to fire another bow shot.
Okay.
Straight into the one below us.
Oh, wow, you're shooting bows out of bows. That's amazing.
I'm shooting bows at the bows. Shooting you with a bow.
Okay then. By all means, please make an attack roll.
Wait, did I not press the button? Helps to press the button.
It does. Okay. Pew pew.
Woo! Pew 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 pew.
It takes
one off.
It takes some damage as it gets skewered by your handmade arrow.
And then I'm going to ready my rapier. With a dagger in the other hand. Is that how that works? I think that should how that works.
Yes. They are both finesse weapons, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to ready a dagger and rapier. One in each hand. Ready for the next ambush, because I'm assuming that one's coming straight for me.
Fair enough. Next up, we have Continari.
Delete them.
Right. So what I want to do is go 1, 2 kind of thing, shift around this one,
Okay.
and then Primal Claw into the one that I spored.
This one?
Primal Savagery. Yes.
That one is looking the least healthy, so yes. Fair strategy. Please make an attack roll.
23.
Ooh, that's definitely going to hit. Show me some damage. 7! It goes down. You slash across it, take out like 3 vertebrae on your way through, and it just crumples to the ground.
And yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I am at the moment.
Good job, Gunnar. That was really swell.
Actually, because I can still use up some movement, can't I?
You can, and you're safe from provoking attacks of opportunity as long as you stay within 5 feet of the second one.
So I've just done a shoot,
Yeah.
clawed that one, shoot, shifted back.
So you just scurried across the ground, conjured a pair of like savage-looking animalistic claws out of your own hands, and then torn into this guy.
I think my favorite thing is that it's acid damage. I have claws that drip acid.
That is
Hell.
cool.
Or just really, really poor pH levels, like between your fingers.
It's like
Or I can do a bite attack with it, so all of a sudden I've just got like acid.
acid fang. Yeah.
I don't want to tell you what to do with your life. You should see a dermatologist.
You
Okay.
should like brush.
Evelyn.
That's not good bacteria, guys.
While she contemplates her life decisions very thoroughly, do I make that shot, or would I have to move out from behind Theon?
You can make that shot. Like,
Okay.
I'm sure in real life
Well, actually,
you've made that shot across someone's shoulder.
look, I could.
Yeah.
What about the other one?
Yeah. Also,
I'm gonna shoot that one, preferably.
Okay.
Sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
With my bow.
Go for it.
Oh, that's the nat one.
That is a nat 1.
I'm sorry, friends. Do you see what?
I think I'm getting hit right now.
I'm not that cruel of a DM.
Oh, okay.
Get in the hole.
Your shot goes wide and sinks into one of these crates positioned on the back of this cart, and you see like a fine trickle of some kind of powder begins to pour out of the back of the crate.
Oh God.
Tell me fire.
It's the blood loss.
Or don't.
I'm gonna down the hole.
Okay.
I
So,
look down the hole and then
Yep.
down the hole.
well, you have absolutely no dark vision whatsoever, but anything's better than this. So you kind of drop to all fours and just scurry down the hole as fast as you can. And now we are on
It's over
to
there.
Ravain. What would you like to do?
You guys, you sort of stabbed me, and then you stabbed Consinari, and he's just trying to make a risotto, and that's really mean, and it's got something here in the pamphlet about it, about how undead are icky things, and Sarah does not like them. And I'm going to use turn undead. It affects all
Okay.
undead. They have to make a wisdom save.
By all means, wisdom, they have a -2. Unfortunately, these creatures have been coated in a metal called lazotep, which grants them advantage against being turned.
Phooey. Well,
Yes. It's still a solid play. So,
This is how we learn.
that is either a 1 or a 14 for the first one.
need it to beat it, so that makes it.
Okay, so first one saves. Second one gets a 15.
Alright.
Surprisingly okay.
Good try.
Oh no! It doesn't have anything in the pamphlet about insulation.
I'm a bit concerned about these stat blocks I'm using. They're pretty strong. That's okay.
Well, that's
You
not
go.
very-
That's DM for run, don't fight.
And
We've taken one down.
You have taken one down, yes. Okay.
Well,
Are you going to?
Lara did.
Are you going
hold
to?
on just a sec. Coordinary just got hit, didn't they?
Yeah, but I'm not actually hurt at all.
Yes, it's just temporary hit points.
Yeah, I'm aware. Cool. In that case, I can use a bonus. Oh, but it's yeah. You took 10 HP damage.
No, if it's a thing that's just if I got hit.
Or is it? Or is it healing?
He's been hit as well by a spear. Who's hurt?
How about you heal your dying? Me.
Yeah,
I'm
Theon
hurt.
got hit.
I'm in a hole.
So Evelyn got stabbed, but yeah, you can't see her at the moment.
Yeah.
Just run.
Don't stress. That's my turn. Done.
Okay, and now we circle back around to the Skelly Boys. This guy right here is kind of tossing up between targets, but since Continari just dropped his pal. Oh wait, yes.
So because he's in the middle of this, I'll pick him to do the con save.
Oh yes. Began their turn. Con save gets a +1. That is a nat 20.
Fine.
I'm rolling.
Fine.
Okay.
Does he still take half damage?
Nah.
So this one is going to kind of like turn to you, kind of shake the god juices off its body from Ravain and just swing down at you with the Krufesh. Show me what you got. That is an 11 to hit.
What you got?
So after pulling the spear free, you just knock the Krufesh away with your shield. This one is going to, as you thought, Theon, advance on you and make a swing with the Krufesh as well. And only rolls a 7. So you are also, for the time being safe, you reached out and parried with your dagger and can now do some fancy stuff. So, speaking of which, Theon, it's your turn.
All right, so I will make an attack back with my rapier and dagger. How does a two-handed attack work?
If you make your weapon attack with a light weapon, and you have already a second light weapon, you can use your bonus action to perform a second attack.
Technically, it doesn't work with rapier and dagger, but whatever.
It doesn't?
No, it's
It
got to be
doesn't?
like short.
Then I can go.
You got to scale down a little.
Have you got
Should I go
short
dagger and dagger then?
That
Dagger and dagger works.
that works, yeah.
All right, we'll do dagger, because I've got two daggers.
You draw forth 2 daggers and they're all like, stabby times. Go
All right.
ahead.
So we'll go First attack
That is going to miss, unfortunately.
happens. And second attack.
Kasnick, unfortunately, that also misses. You are currently in a dramatic, epic fight for your life as you are parrying with one dagger, taking swings with the other one. But you are kind of impressed by how nimble, agile, and well trained in martial arts this skeleton is. It's a bit unnerving seeing that this thing is a very effective fighter even after it's died.
Panic. That means they were really good when they were alive, right?
Correct.
That means we probably shouldn't be fighting them, right?
Those of you familiar,
Also correct.
those of you familiar who are watching on the lore from Amonkhet, yes. Next up, we are going to Contenari. It is your turn once more.
Awesome. Got nothing better at the moment. So let's try and primal savagery this guy's face.
Okay, go for it. Solid hit.
Eyeballs.
Roll me some damage.
Doesn't have an eye.
Yeah. Get his eye sockets.
It just has weird, magical spheres of purple energy in each eye socket.
Thank
and
you.
that is a solid hit.
Yep, my acid claws, just one in each eye socket.
Yep. You just slash across its face and leave this nasty claw mark, like scraping through the metal plating and revealing bone and more bits beneath.
I'm really liking this spell.
It's a good spell.
It's a good spell.
Yeah. Would you like to move at all?
If I move,
We got this guy, Cornari! You and I!
You hear Evelyn bleeding out.
She's like, oh, is this spear still in me?
Yeah, she's like crawling through the hole with a spear sticking out.
I'll move.
She can't get further in because she's like stuck.
Yeah, I'll move back on.
I hear sounds of someone getting gored!
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, that ends my turn.
All right. Next up, we have Evelyn. You are not super far into the hole.
Am I able to keep crawling in, or is the spear actually stopping me from going in deeper?
You can keep crawling in. I'd say once you're out of immediate danger, you can just turn around and be like, ooh. Just pull it out of the way.
Takes another point of damage. Can I dash, like shuffle through? I just want to get in, like further in, and just go as far down this hole as I possibly can.
So you just keep on moving. I'd say by the end of your movement and your bonus action to dash, you make it down into what looks like a lot of darkness, because unfortunately you can't see a damn thing, but the space around you kind of clears away. You do kind of an awkward forward roll tumble, and as opposed to like packed dirt and stone, you feel with your hands, and it's like proper cut stone and mortar. So you fall through it into some kind of more intentionally constructed tunnel.
Sick. Can I use my action? Oh, wait, actually. There's a question. I'm not going to do that because I don't actually have any torches. I'm just going to sit there and like kind of staunch my... I'm like sitting there in the darkness waiting for my friends to tumble down on top of me to kill me.
Fair enough.
I'm just like sitting there. I'm like...
Next up, we have Ravane. What would you like to do?
Okay, Theon, you're still looking pretty solid, right? Yes, no, don't know.
Yeah, no, I just had to quickly go over. Yeah, I haven't taken any damage yet.
Okay. I will. This one here, it's taken a couple of acids to the eye glows.
This one is showing quite recent signs of wear.
Right. Honestly, I'm just going to have to go with my classic Sacred Flame.
Fair enough.
14, please.
Solid.
Next, 14. Show me what you got. That is a 5.
2 damage. I've doubled my damage.
It's going up!
Yes.
Oh boy, you are having some bad luck
guys.
on these Sacred Flame rolls.
Is it? No one else doubled theirs. I'm having fantastic luck.
Okay.
Doubling, that's an amazing.
We are back to
And then
Honk.
I am going to. I'll just stay where I am. This one's doing all right. No, I don't have anywhere safe to move. Done. My turn.
you stay put, Continari. One of them begins their turn in your halo.
Yeah.
Kill your halo.
Do the DC con save. Might as well do it.
DC 14 con save. That is a 16, unfortunately. So
Alright.
it's able to resist your spores, and seeing what you just did, it kind of sizes you up as the more credible threat, as opposed to the Avon.
Oh,
And so it's going to take another swing at you.
See, go like this. He goes,
No.
and like resist the damage.
But again, you are able to force back its attack. This one with Theon is going to do much the same. You're like, attack with the crayfish. That's a nat 20. So you shall be taking 2d8 plus 2 damage. Okay. Theon, you take 11 points of
11.
slashing damage from this thing.
Okay.
yeah, you okay?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Oh, God. And that is all they can do on their turn. So, Theon, you're bleeding. What do you want to do?
I'm going to get super angry now and attack back in the same manner that I have been.
Okay.
With two-handed dagger and dagger.
He's like,
Dagger.
No! Now you made me angry.
Okay. That's going to miss, unfortunately. Second hit.
Because I'm angry, I'm flailing wildly and missing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How?
Look, you're not doing very well, but I still believe in you.
filing's not working. Something else.
You were having some...
And that's my turn.
Okay. Back to Continari.
Use the sharp end of the daggers.
Yeah, look around.
No, I'm just imagining myself slashing through its ribs, but like not actually making any contact with actually anything in this skeleton.
I'm just going through the rib, like through the actual brain. At the
It's just like
perfect angle.
through the rib cages.
It just like looks down.
No.
Oh, no organs.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Organs?
Yeah.
Organs?
No, you can't get them in the.
Or pianos.
Finally.
We have to find the jars because the jars have the organs in them, and then we smash the jars with their organs. They're mummies, right?
No, the churches have the organs in them.
No, churches have like keys and candles. Do we have to get it to the
They kind
candle?
of look like they've got like a solid center of mass.
Potentially, but it's fine. So Continari, your play?
I just tried my primal savagery in it.
Oh, yes. Yes. Unfortunately, you missed. Would you like to move?
Continari! We're doing all right, right? We need to save Theon.
Move,
So-
triple attack. No, I'm just going to hold my ground for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will let you all know the disengage action does exist.
Yeah, but I have to use my action to do my attack.
Fair enough. So next up we have Evelyn. You're in a stone tunnel and you can't see a thing.
Can I use my tinderbox to try and at least get like a glimpse of where I am? Like strike a light, even if it doesn't last?
No,
Just to get like a bearing of my surrounding.
So you pull out a tinderbox and basically just spend your turn going, just like making like
Just set the spear that was piercing you on flame.
Actually, I take the broken bit of spear out and I like light it.
yeah.
I'm just gonna
I will allow you to do that if you can make me a successful survival roll.
Ooh. Do I actually still have some bit of broken spear lodged in me though?
You could probably like
Part of fire.
Just reach up and grab
a
it.
dried root or something.
go and get the spear from up in the hole and just like snap it in half and try and light it on fire. Because why not?
Okay, and then I'm gonna like shuffle up and like eat, and then shuffle back down the hole. Survival was it?
Survival.
Ah,
Okay.
not bad.
You're not sure how long this wood's going to last being on fire, but for the time being, you're able to persuade the end of it to light, and you can see more of a dimly lit tunnel surrounding you. It appears to have been intentionally constructed, and kind of lining the walls are large sections of metal pipes, but they appear to be in various stages of rusting, disuse, and decay. And as you kind of examine the floor around you, not far beyond where you landed, there's signs of moss and fungi kind of breaking through the cobblestones and making their presence known.
There's no like debris, like loose debris on the ground or anything.
I'd say there's like a small pile of rubble from a portion of the ceiling that's caved in.
All right. Well, I want to try like. Oh, I'll do it on my next turn. That's fine.
Okay. Yep. So you spend your turn assessing your surroundings. Ravane, to you.
Cordenari! That smells like burning human blood. Don't ask me how I know that.
Should we run?
Hope I smell good.
I think Evelyn might be in trouble. We should probably get out of here. I think her blood's on fire. And I am going to use disengage and leg it towards the hole.
Okay. So you disengage.
Yeah.
You know, if you like, it would be faster to fly.
Okay, so I'm going to basically, with a weird goddamn goose foot, if you've ever seen them, they're fucking freaky, kick the guy away for a second, take him into the sky, and as I sort of backflip back into the hole, I'm going to use my bonus action to do Healing Word on Theon.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that is going to set off my voice of authority. Theon, you can use your action to get a free attack if you like. Use your reaction.
I would love to get a free attack.
Okay.
So I just roll my dagger attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just dagger.
It's not. It's not two-handed, right? Just once.
Just one. Take a swing. You hit, and you deal a piece of damage to this individual.
Yeah, see, that's what Sarah's blessings get you. Awesome. I'll throw you heal for 5.
Speak to Sarah.
And I just sort of flop down into the hole.
Yes, you are now.
Are you okay? How's your blood?
I'm gonna reply on my turn.
Okay. And now we are actually the turn of the blue soldiers. This guy begins his turn in your spore cloud.
Yep. So DC 13 con save.
Con save. That's 17. How are they doing so well?
13's pretty low.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have a reaction that does damage.
Yeah.
This guy will move around you and
Oh,
kind
he's
of
gonna get in the way.
standing more back to back with his buddy, pal, comrade, crypt buddy. Make an attack roll and miss. The one against Theon is going to do the same and also miss. And at this moment, I believe something makes its presence known to you.
No, thank you.
It's nothing that's going to be an oh my god, we're going to die. It's actually just the opposite. Contenari, Theon, and Ravane, you could probably just see this as you are scurrying down the hole. You see something.
Like a cat. There's this
See
goose
Evelyn
head.
get dragged away.
Yeah. So
Like a little periscope.
you see something emerging from the clouds. It seems to be some kind of massive structure in the shape of an anvil. It is floating down from the clouds and appears to be surrounded by like a by battalions of armored angels that are just flying in concert around this thing. And as it descends, the anvil splits in half, and you hear the discharge of focused radiant energy as a beam of sunlight shoots from the center and just carves down one of the city streets, kind of off in the distance.
Oh my god.
Boros.
Contenari, can you please make me a history check?
That's either really good or really bad.
Oh my god. Everyone just see this.
It definitely,
no idea.
This definitely looks like Boros, but aside from that, you have no clue what this thing is, what it was doing up there, and why it's here now.
It's like,
You can't see this, but I assure you that sound is not from people eating too much risotto.
For those,
This is risotto we speak of.
For those of you watching at home, lo and behold, the descent of the Parhelion 2. Okay, Theon, the turn is now back to you.
Because I am a stubborn person and I am determined to never give up, because I've survived this long in life with surviving with my brute, I am attacking again with my 2 daggers.
Okay, go ahead.
If you miss again, you are
If I miss again,
required by law to
That's a
disengage.
hit.
Ooh,
To disengage these,
first one hit.
and first one hit, second
That's a
one.
miss.
Yeah, that's a win.
Um,
When it's too bad, you get to keep your fighting license.
You're wearing them down slowly but surely. He's not very much there, though.
yeah, that's it.
Okay,
That's it.
Contenari, back to you.
right. Seeing a giant Boros Death Star. I'm out. So
You're out?
1, 2, 3.
You just see this round goose head like popping out from the
It's gonna
hole.
be like, Theon, quick, we must escape the Boros. And 5, I guess I can get to there if Ravane is right in the hole. I'll go there.
No, this is my hole. Get your own.
Are you going to? Are you going
Grabs your
to,
like,
to disengage?
Yeah, so I use my action to disengage.
Okay.
Oh,
You-
no, I'll use my action to disengage. I want to keep this temp hit points up as long as I can.
Okay. You disengage and back away. Evelyn, you can hear the sound of kind of echoing from above you, and see this big fuzzy goose butt kind of in the hole.
It's wiggling.
I'm gonna start on my action. I'm gonna like start moving rubble as much as I can while like stopping myself from bleeding. Gonna start moving rubble towards the mouth of the cave so that I can help like block it from the evil dudes coming in, but just to the bottom of it so that we can get all our party members in and then start.
Okay. Make me a strength athletics check to see how well you do.
Yikes.
Yeah, with your -1 strength march would be great.
A line. Not on that one.
You go to like, grab some rocks and start moving them, and it's like, okay, I got this. I got this.
Oh my goodness. It could have gone worse.
It could have gone worse, but you're in a bit too much pain.
Ellen, you okay down there?
Click.
Oh, fine. Like,
Ravane, it's now your turn.
Okay. So Evelyn's trying to trying to dig things away so we can all fit down here, right? But I can sort of sidle past her if need be. Is that
You
correct?
You can definitely get past me, 100%.
She's on the outside, trying to make it easier to close the tunnel once everyone's inside. You can get past her easily enough.
Okay, I'm gonna go past her like, yeah, there's a bit in the pamphlet about that. What else? It's a really good damn hole. And I'm gonna use guidance on Evelyn to assist her with her holy work. There's a bit in the pamphlet about holy
Get it?
work.
Holy. I've done it.
So you get to add a D4 to make that check again.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So
And I
you,
sidle
I'm gonna
up
put you-
into safety.
yep, you crawl
I'm
through.
blessed.
Thing.
I don't believe that Avon have dark vision. So
Oh no,
you
I'm
are-
completely fucking blind. But
Yeah.
luckily, the spear is still slightly on fire, is my understanding.
Smoldering.
It is.
Is it still smouldering?
If I go much further, I'll be blind. But right here, there's still light coming in from the top.
Yes, there is. So you've got like a hodgepodge of light sources around you, so that you can make out like the moss, the fungi, the rotting pipes, things like that.
Easy.
Okay, cool. Now it is the turn of the baddies. This guy's gonna circle around, get very intimate with.
Oh, I think I'm
Theon.
gonna have to run. It's better to be lucky than good, right?
And,
There for the hole.
and apparently
Better
I
to be
am
lucky than good.
appalling at attack rolls, but amazing at saving throws. So you, with both your daggers, are successfully fending off both of these guys, standing on the threshold of this abandoned front garden. Just go, no one's getting past me.
No. No.
And on the note of saving throws, the one guy that's in my Spore Halo. He can DC 13 con.
Us to make one.
Yeah.
Indeed, good point. Can I turn there? Boop. Dirty 20. What is happening?
No.
Hot garbage attack rolls, amazing at saves. This is just.
I bet you at some point you're going to roll another nat 20 on attack roll. At some point before this is over, you're going to roll another nat 20.
Why did you jinx it?
I hope I jinx it.
Well, Fiona,
That's the point.
My wisdom's only +3. Like, it's 13 DC. Isn't that hard to beat?
yeah. Well, it's your turn, Theon.
How big is this hole? And how big are these skeletons?
These skeletons are medium size. The hole is about 5 feet across. If they chose to pursue you down the hole, they could.
Okay.
That's why I'm getting prepared to.
But remember, I have a spell that moves chunks of dirt at will. So
All right.
that's how I dug it.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's taken the most damage? Do we remember? This one. Did one?
Yeah, the one to your bottom
This one?
left.
No, this one is actually more.
Oh, this one.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that moved around, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you're.
Okay, so I took 11 damage on a crit.
Yes, you did.
I could probably take maybe 2 more hits, maybe. No, I probably couldn't. All right, let's disengage. Let's be smart.
You don't need us.
So, Theon, you disengage and you run down the hole with the rest of your party, leaving Continari alone on the surface.
All right,
Okay.
Continari, close the hole.
Come on, mate. You got this.
Yep, and then I'm gonna use my movement to run down there. And as I run down, mold earth to move a 5-foot cube and start just collapsing the tunnel behind me.
So you run kind of like slide down the hole on your side leg, and as you do it, you pull the chunk of dirt that you initially moved in the first place to make this hole from the surface and drag it in behind you.
Yep.
Plug it in.
And partially seal this thing. And
We got this, boys.
And while these beings do attempt to pursue you, the sheer volume of your molding earth is sufficient to basically seal it after a few more casting and make yourself safe.
and I hope we suddenly hear a. Another one really close to us.
You probably would feel like see stones shake and hear another as this thing starts carving through the streets.
So we could close the hole to the outside, which means outside of the smoldering spear that smells of blood, there's no light.
There's no real light source in here. It's pretty dim. Fortunately, these two elves have dark vision.
I start walking.
I'm just like, no, this is the complete opposite of the sky. And I'm gonna cast light just in my hand.
Okay.
How long is this broken spear that I've got? Is it like this big or is it like that big?
You have both halves if you want. So essentially, I imagine you kind of snapped it down the middle, and so you have one half of a spear that's kind of like burning on one end, and then the other half just about like yay big, roughly.
Because I want to use one of them, like the burning bit is like a kind of like a staff.
Nice.
Oh my god.
This is awful.
Then from the bottom of my cloak, I like slice off what now seems to be a bandage and go, Evelyn, would you like me to patch you up?
Please.
To stop that bleeding. And so I'm essentially like wrap the bottom of my cloak, which I've just cut up around Evelyn's wound.
Please make me a medicine check.
Roll on that 20. Give me HP, boy.
Is it not?
Oh, hey. Not bad.
That is not bad at all. You are probably pretty accustomed to haphazard field dressing, and are able to staunch her bleeding and make her feel a bit more comfortable.
Thank you. And I shuffle on. Stand up right again.
It seems Contenaro is kind of blazing a trail down this tunnel. You know exactly where to go to get to the Undercity from here.
Hey, elf buddy! Where are you going? Where are we going?
If I leave him behind at all, I'm gonna use dancing lights and leave a little trail of lights dancing behind me.
Lovely.
Nice.
I like that.
So they're floating blues and greens, these little globules. They're just all in a string, and kind of no real shadows between them, but they're not as bright as Ravain's brilliant holy light.
As you proceed, are you going to be following along with Contenari? Everybody?
Come.
Oh, yes.
I will show you my home.
Let's go away from the spooky skeletal guys in Saran Wrap.
I'll go
Rule one
last because I'm
in
still
multiplayer
kind of.
magic, you never leave anyone behind.
Mm-hmm.
Ravain, you will love my mum's bug bread.
Bread!
It's like sultana bread or olive bread, but it's got like roaches.
I've never considered the possibilities.
It sounds lovely.
As you proceed down the tunnel and make your way along, you can see that it is claimed more and more by signs of decay, and eventually you reach a point of essential collapse. But it's not obtrusive. It basically just redirects your path into something a bit more natural. And as you can see now, you're in a very unusual subterranean garden where there's no real access to the sky, but you can see small clusters and blooms of fungus and vines and roots breaking out of the soil around you, and things get progressively larger as you make your way through. You can move your tokens should you wish.
Well, this is horrible.
I'm gonna stop walking so hunched and afraid of the sky and like straighten up a bit and be like, this is pleasant.
How tall are you?
Elf height, 5 footish, maybe.
Yeah, probably about the same. But yeah,
Contenari,
five and a half foot.
Why did you bring us
I think
here?
that'd be 5.5 foot.
Roughly.
Evelyn looks down at you all.
Are you bigger than us, are you?
Yeah.
I'm short
Maybe
as
I'm
height,
bigger.
quite short, but then there's like about a
Yeah.
foot of neck.
There's like 2 feet of just neck.
And
Oh
everybody
no, I'm 6 foot.
proceeds forward. Can I ask you all to please make perception checks?
Bison.
Since there are present light sources nearby, those of you who don't have dark vision are able to make normal rolls.
Light in my hand.
This
Oh,
is
so did
gonna.
you say with a disadvantage?
No, you're all good because there is light and dancing lights in the area, so you're fine.
So this is gonna automatically roll with disadvantage because of car and stuff, but.
Ah, right. So you roll a 14. That's not bad.
Oh yeah, because it's a flat roll. Yep.
Yeah, flat roll. So I'd say, based on where your position, Contenari and Ravain both begin to hear something about the same time. It's a welcome sound to Contenari, but it's very disconcerting to you, Ravain. It sounds like that weird insect-like buzzing that you sometimes hear in Contenari's throat, but like louder and deeper, and coming from multiple sources. And it's
What the fuck?
like.
It's like cicadas type thing when they're in season or whatever.
And to you, Contenari, it's actually conversation.
I get it.
Because I believe you speak Crowl.
I do.
Ah, this token.
I'm a weird Devkaran that speaks with bug people.
Mm-hmm. And as you round the corner, you can see that there are four Crowl, each wielding spears, emerging from this tunnel. And just for the sake of a good visual, Crowls look like this. They are six-legged insectoid creatures with hard chitinous armor plating.
Bug.
Denari, are they friend or foe?
They look delicious.
Don't let them hear you say that. But they are Golgari. They might let us pass. Let me start.
Okay, I'll follow your lead.
Can I stealth?
Okay. Evelyn, please make me a stealth roll if you wish to follow closer into the room. I'm just going to find the page on Crowd. There you go. Yeah.
Also tempted to be stealth,
Or like
to be honest.
Okay.
move towards a wall.
I'd say Evelyn, if you hug the walls and stay around the spores and mushrooms, you can get like around here if you wish to.
Yeah, I don't want to sneak towards. I just want to be like really quiet. Like if they go in, I don't really want bugs to notice me because if it turns into a fight, I want to be able to just blend walls.
Okay. Theon, your plan?
Yeah, I'm also going to stealth actually.
Okay. Solid roll.
And
Okay.
What?
Now I roll good. Damn it. And I guess I will stealth around to this little bush.
Hey, you kind of.
Are these bushes or
These are like weird combination, like root, spores, mushrooms. It's very unusual to everybody but Contenari.
But to this
is home.
weird plant thing and hide in it.
Okay. Ravain, your plan in terms of approaching these things?
I get my bow ready just in case.
In front of me, like, Contenari, are these guys, friend, foe, or food? In, common or goose or whatever the hell I speak. Honk.
Most often, friend or food. And then I'm going to stride forward.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with Contenari with my light up in my hand.
Okay.
I might gesture to dim that, but I'll keep the dancing lights up. Because I know these are subterranean guys, and I'm... Ravine, down here your eyes get sensitive. Give them a moment. And I'll keep just the faint blue-green globules. Don't want to startle them. And then in Crow, I'll yell out. Have you heard? The attacks on the surface. I just made it underground. Quick, you must go back and check the tunnels. There were strange undead trying to get in, not our own.
Okay, so you come around the corner. Do you come around the corner alone or with Ravine?
If Ravain's following me, then I'll let him follow. But
Okay.
yeah, probably keeping Ravain close to me.
Yeah. So these Crow, like they hear you call out to them, kind of turn and perk up. They see you, look somewhat relaxed, but then they see Ravine come around the corner and immediately tighten their grips on their halberds and just go, "Who goes there?"
So I'll start doing the whole Golgari swarm ritual. I am Cortinari of House Vanitas of the Den Karen, belonging to this section of the swarm, asking permission to make my way through the Undercity. There is an attack on the surface. It might break through, back along the cave behind us. I must report this to my Devkaran authority. And try and be as, maintain that peace between the different Golgari factions as much as possible.
Yes. They kind of regard you and say, "Izoni is busy. And who are you to bring outsiders in here?"
Hi!
This one carries strange magic. It's to do with the attacks above ground. I must take them to leaders.
This is unorthodox. You could be not who you say you are. We've had recent incursions from House Demir.
I don't know who that is.
Indeed.
I'm like, huh? Spies? From the above grounders?
Yes. They've been trying to push further into our territory. We've been told by Queen Vraska to be on high alert.
Are they speaking in bug or in common?
They are speaking in Crowl, but they understand common.
But we don't understand anything they're saying.
No, it's all just weird buzzing pops and clicks.
To be fair, I probably can only do broken Crowl, so there's probably an occasional common word that you can pick out of what I'm saying, because I don't have a bug mouth, so...
Yeah. It's perfect. It's like with Chinese, have certain words just don't exist, so it'll just be in English.
Still hiding.
Damn.
So they just mentioned Queen Vraska. Last you heard, Gerard was the guild leader of the Golgari.
Sorry, but I was on the surface, among the surface for a long time. I did not know that Queen Vraska was back. There has been another faction change. I was told to report on certain ongoings amongst... Oh god, I want to make something up. The Azorius.
Okay.
Killing our dead.
Please make me a deception roll.
Cool. This is going to go great. Totally fucking great.
Let's go for some spicy insight from these lads.
Average.
Not bad. Well, I mean, yeah.
Maybe.
They only get
Really?
a +1 to their insight, so...
Barely.
They kind of buzz along and say, I was not aware of this. Well, as it happens, the queen has gone missing. Hang on a second. I'm just going to find a name. We were sent by Asdomaz to secure all of the entrances and make sure that nobody was getting in.
And they're saying that in bug, in crawl?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Yes! Sounds delicious!
Well, there was
Yes, bread.
a small breach in an old hidden exit. The dead above ground, the blue dead, were trying to dig in.
Why does this one speak of food?
That's all it speaks of. It keeps
I'm
asking
very
about
hungry.
bread.
Do you have any risotto?
What is risotto?
Well, it's made of what you all smell like.
You know, there's more than mushroom risotto.
Bug risotto.
Don't tell him that.
They look genuinely confused. A thing you would know, Congenari, is that Crowl are extremely literal, like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. They don't understand subtext or things like that.
He is part of his kind.
Is it just the two of you?
Right now, yeah, actually.
I was concerned. And in common, I'm just gonna gesture and be like, no guys, seriously guys, come out. These are others that need to speak to the leaders.
So I slowly and cautiously come out and make a gesture with because I've already got my bow out, to put it away to show that I mean no harm.
I very obviously wounded, step behind my companion.
They kind of turn to you and say, you will translate for us, yes?
This is...
I take that as a yes.
I just imagine it sounded like a phone vibrating on a bench top.
I need to get like a little sound clip thing, like a collection of cicada and cricket sounds, so I can just sit here and be like...
Oh, get voice lab.
They sound like an unattended
sorry.
ending stone.
So they kind of regard Theon and Evelyn as they emerge and say, and say to the two of you, why are you here?
For shelter. Oh wait, well I assume he's translating as we say. Yep. So I reply for shelter because up there is far.
Yeah.
And just like
safety, I guess. Everyone's kind of like, it's safer down here, I think.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but it seems there's danger all about Ravnica at the moment. With Queen Vraska gone, the 5 sub-factions are feuding. They believe this is the time in which the Golgari will rise, and many are arguing over how to proceed.
Okay, Ravnica.
It's like, what did he say? Pulling my
if Golgari are going to be rising, I would prefer to be on the side of the winners.
They start attacking us. I'm sorry.
I see.
I assume they take everything literally, so they should assume that I'm talking about them then.
Yes. You appear to be one of those surface elves.
No, I'm not actually from here.
Then where are you from?
A place called Lorwyn. But I don't know which direction it is from here.
As
they kind
I've
of
said,
turn. Yeah. Like
there is
they,
strange magic.
like they turn amongst themselves and start doing some buzzing, which is which is basically akin to, I'm not sure if we can trust them. What do you think we should do? This so-called Golgari could be an imposter. So after some quick deliberation, can I just ask the four of you to make persuasion rolls to see how well your words have swayed them?
Me again as well.
Yep.
Persuasion.
Come on, boys. Come on, y'all, roll well. Hey, 17!
One
yes.
of us didn't.
Saving it for the rest of us.
One of us got above the middle.
Not bad. So
That's
at
good.
this,
Good. Medium rain.
at this, they kind of turn to the four of you and say, "You seem suspicious, but genuine. There's one thing we must do before we can proceed. You there, Kalantinari, step forth."
I'll sling the shield over the shoulder, stride forward.
Okay. You proceed forward, and the one that at this point that's been standing in the back kind of proceeds forward to kind of meet you in the center. And as you get closer, you can see that this one is carrying the iconography of the Golgari swarm painted on its arm. And as it approaches, it says, "This will ensure that you are not deceiving us." And it kind of just holds its arm up to you, like grabs it with the other arm, and the insignia just flashes and then begins to like fade and turn to ash, and you can feel a magical effect hit you, but it doesn't find what it's looking for. I'd say you're probably sufficiently familiar with Golgari culture to know that you were just hit by a Golgari charm that attempted to cast Dispel Magic on you, in case you were under the effects of a Tongues spell or Disguise Self. But since no such magic exists, nothing really happens to you, and they say, "This is good. Come with us." They turn and make their way back down the tunnel. Do you follow them?
It would be impolite for us not to.
Everyone, follow, but you should get some Golgari to check the tunnel behind. There might be some of the new strange invaders.
Harry's really good at all of this buzz talk.
We will
A lot of buzz going on.
investigate. And so one of them scurries off past you guys and makes his way back from, oh god, where you came.
Oh, Jeff's
Creepy.
gonna die.
Jeff's gonna die.
Sorry,
Jeff,
Jeff.
no.
No, Jeff.
It's okay. Jeff gonna Jeff.
Okay.
And we head on down the
Okay.
tunnel. Head on down the tunnel.
So,
Dun, 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 dun.
your mention of Golgari charms, because this is like Halloween week, I was half tempted today to do like full Golgari like insignia on my face and try and be like
Oh,
but
Mood mark paint, yeah. That would have been cool.
I couldn't
I
decide on the mood mark. Yeah. I don't know.
It seems
think
that
about that.
it seems that most of you are proceeding along. Ravain, are you game to go along too?
He's too busy eating the mushrooms. Eating them to make risotto. Pulls out some risotto rice from somewhere. Plums and cheese.
Where did you get this?
You proceed further down the tunnel, and as you move, the sights and smells that you can see around you become progressively less and less tolerable to those of you who aren't from here. You make your way down old, broken, battered stone catwalks that sit above large fields of dead in various stages of decay. And from these bodies, various spores and mushrooms and plants are growing. And as you proceed, you can see various other Crowl and Devkarin and even some zombies are walking around tending to these dead and picking matured mushrooms, packing them into baskets, and just using subtle magic to encourage them along in their decaying. And eventually, as you pass by more of these rock farms, you see more civilization. It looks like a very awkward, like shadowed image of the surface, where there's lots and lots of buildings and structures, but it's all been built over. You're walking through the rotten foundations of Golgari. Many layers of city have been built on top of each other. So the Golgari have made their home in the undercity beneath. And as you make your way forward, you can see large pools of black, tepid water with occasional signs of unsettling movement coming from underneath. As you proceed forward, you can see other members of the Golgari swarm who are also just going about their business and giving all of you very strange looks, as if you shouldn't be here.
Guys, we shouldn't be here.
As we're walking along, can I pick a mushroom that I know to be a delicious edible mushroom?
Absolutely.
And give it to Ravine. It's good.
Actually, hallucinogen.
So Kajanari pulled a ripe mushroom off the head of some kind of decayed skeleton. It's like pulled it off and went, here, it's good.
What can only be described as horrified gobbling.
It's fear eating. Haven't we all been there?
Mm-hmm. And eventually, you find yourself in a very large chamber. This was probably a big, a large meeting hall back in its day, but seems to be using as some kind of point of congregation for some large, loud meeting taking place. Kajanari, you are aware that this is basically the cultural and social hub of your people, and it's where people come to trade, to find work, to buy food, but currently it's been converted into this large forum of conversation, and there's various different groups split up amongst the raised seating that lines the outside. You see a group of Devkarin elves gathered around, kind of like talking amongst themselves, as a figure you recognize called Izoni, the Thousand-Eyed, is basically trying to get her voice across, and is trying to boom across the murmur of the crowd. You also see a group of undead called the Lotleth that are congregating around a necromancer called Ratislav, who is basically trying to speak for them. Beyond that, there is a congregation of Crowl, which you find to be quite unusual, because normally they aren't welcome in these kinds of functions, but they seem to have a place here, and their voice is being heard and respected. You can also see representatives from the street swarm, which are basically the Golgari labor class who go up to the surface and gather dead to be brought down. And finally, you can see a small congregation of unusual, shadowy Devkarin that you don't recognize.
Are there any humans in amongst them?
Yes. The necromancer that is surrounded by animated humanoid and plants is human.
I'm going through my pamphlet hurriedly, trying to figure out what to do.
Everything bad.
Everyone's good, everyone's bad. How do I fix this?
So yes.
Is the Thousand-Eye talking in Elvish?
They are attempting to talk to each other so that they're all conversing in the common tongue. Basically, it's just a very loud, heated conversation going on about what the plan should be about up top and who should become the new leader now that Vraska is gone.
Ooh, I like the Zoni art.
Yeah, right. I'm going to say, Konjanari, can you please make me another history check?
Oh, sure. My strength.
Oof.
Who's Jake?
I will say that is sufficient for you to have a baseline understanding of who Vraska is. You've heard stories about her. She is a myth, a legend, kind of this mysterious figure who emerges from the shadows, strikes upon targets on the surface, and then disappears back into them. You don't know much, but you do know she's a Gorgon. And so this loud debate is taking place before you. What would you like to do?
I make a gesture to Kontanari and say, is it safe for us to be here, or is there somewhere where we can potentially rest? Because I feel like if things get too heated here, we might not fare well.
You saw the surface. Just the only safety I fear is if we gain the Golgari's acceptance. It will take some time for those monsters to get into our caverns. They're well guarded, as you saw.
Yeah.
And
Is there somewhere we can rest, maybe?
only with the Elder's permission.
Yeah. Who is the Elder here? I will pledge my allegiance to them.
5. That's currently the problem.
Yeah.
No one faction has taken the top spot after Vraska went missing.
DM, just to double check, were we going 9:30? 9:40?
I am trying to find a good narrative point to end, but yes.
Okay. Cool. Let's try and work to a cliffhanger.
Oh,
I would like to try and look through the crowd and find the Vanitas clan of Devkaran, any of my broader family members.
You would... I'm not sure that you would be able to pick out, like, family here, since... maybe.
Anyone in the broader, like, clan. I'm assuming that...
I mean, family is a very vague phrase when you're talking about Golgari. You are all one swarm. So I would say that there's a few figures in the crowd of the Devkaran that you would recognize from your daily life.
And if one of them is sufficiently important and maybe has a connection to my parents, I would like to approach them with people in tow.
Yep. Yes.
If everyone's okay with that.
I don't have names, but yes. You approach a Golgari-looking individual wearing delightful attire. Do I have any reference cards? Oh, yes. This is a Devkaran dressed for battle, as many of the individuals in this room are. They anticipate something happening. So there's a lot of unusual, like, layered chitinous armor, like the kind of natural armor you would see on Crowl, except it's been taken from other insects and sculpted to fit a humanoid form. And so this individual is basically standing like about two or three people behind Izoni, just like having a quiet conversation, and you can like circle around the amphitheater and have a chat.
Yeah. So then I guess I follow suit and I guess ask, is there any way that we can help?
They turn to Konjanari. This person looks quite relieved to see you, considering you've been missing for months, and after a lot of, oh my god, how are you? What's going on? Where have you been? Kind of conversation. It's, oh, you brought friends. Who are these figures and what is that? Pointing at Rafane.
Evelyn kind of like stays like a little bit apart from everybody and like finds somewhere she can kind of like sit or like prop herself up against. So she's not with the immediate group, but she's still nearby.
Yeah, to hear the conversation, sure.
Yeah.
Uncle, you must let us address the assembly. We have all come or been in strange worlds. I don't know how, but above ground, a dragon killed the great Nif Mazet. There is undead, not our own undead or Azorius in the streets. They are killing all. They will come down here eventually. I hear the Queen Vraska is missing. Maybe this new dragon is killing all of our guild leaders.
This figure turns to you and says, "It's a lot worse than that. I'm sure you heard that the Sphinx Isperia, she perished at the hand of Vraska, turned to stone, as did Gerard. So
where is Vraska now?
We don't know. She has gone missing. At one point, she went to her chambers and she was gone.
Okay. Maybe I look at the others. Maybe Vraska is like us, and can move between planes.
Wait, what?
That's what
As
I'm
a
thinking.
walker.
Look, I walk as little as I can, to be honest. It seems uncivilized, very dirty. This place is terrifying.
Okay, well, I feel more safe here than I do up there, but I feel like time is of the essence, and we need to move swiftly and stop arguing about who should lead and who should follow, and we need to make haste to somewhere that's secure and safe, because this is a large open area.
So Izoni kind of turns back to this individual and says, "Help! Come on!" And this deaf Korean you're talking to says, "Okay, I need to get back to this conversation. It's been going for a few hours, and it doesn't. I don't feel like we're progressing as much as I would like us to. Continari, you know the way to my chambers, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You four go and rest there. You seem a little battered and out of sorts, so go and catch your breath. I will send someone for you later once I find a lull in the debate."
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
three
you
of us
for
have got holes in
covering
us.
Thank you, Uncle.
It's no problem. Now just go. And as soon as you turn to walk away, this person just pipes up and goes, "And another thing!" And then the loud, raucous debate just continues as you wind your way through the various battered, broken paths towards a place in which you can take a short rest.
Short rest? Oh,
Definitely need a short or long rest.
I do have more good news for you, though. As you perform your short rest, you will gain a level.
Yay! I love leveling.
And there is something else that comes to you as you take a rest.
Teleport again.
You all have been getting a deeper understanding and connection with this force inside of you that has allowed you to leap from place to place, and it seems to be attempting to bolster your resolve. So, Contenari and Ravane, you have access to the equivalent of the Arcane Recovery feature from the Wizard class.
Gotcha. I understand.
Which means that once per long rest during a short rest, you can regain spell slots equal to half your level rounded up. Theon, you have access to the same ability, except it is half spell slots and half hit dice.
Half spell, half hit.
So
Thank you.
and Evelyn, you too gain access to this ability, but since you are not a magic user, you
Not yet.
gain 2 additional hit dice
Ooh, unless
as a
I
result of this.
pick a certain roguish archetype, maybe.
You could just do that. We will have a conversation.
We all get a cool little thing.
Indeed.
I love stuff.
We will have a conversation about the paths your characters take and where you gain levels later on. But for now, that is it for this evening. We're going to go a little bit over 9:30 just because it was
Whatever, dude.
it was like a weird place to
good.
stop, and I was hoping to get you guys to a safe place. Well, safe place. You're in the flipping Golgari Swarm. It's not the most safe place.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're going to use the introduction to the crowd as the cliffhanger to be like, and now we do the big meeting as the next scene, or
I was considering it, but I wanted to be able to be all like level up. So
okay, no, that's cool.
yeah.
Of course, I'll accept it.
Level up.
Well, you fought hard for 2 sessions to not die. It seemed like the thing to do.
We've done a lot
Much
of running.
appreciated.
We've done a lot of running.
Yeah, you've done a lot of running, and now you can bolster and grow stronger. Now, before we say farewell, there's something I'm going to do, and that is crediting artists. It's not a very good or well-formatted list, but basically I'm just going to thank all of the artists who work in conjunction with Wizards of the Coast and have provided a lot of the beautiful artwork you've seen today in terms of artwork for backgrounds and magic cards. So all of these individuals, thank you very much for providing a beautiful world in which for my players to inhabit and have a romp.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And with
Love
that,
you.
it's time to think about where we may choose to raid. Because that's a thing we can do.
Yeah.
Rating.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Benny.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That sounds lovely. I'd say we are good to peace out, you guys.
Goodbye, friends. Thanks for joining us.
Okay. Very
Invite
well.
your friends
We'll
next
see
time.
Yes. Please bring
We'll see
bread.
you. Yeah. We'll see you once more in 2 weeks' time as we continue this crazy adventure as we move into Act 2 of the War of the Spark.
Also, we are all behind Evelyn.